Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I wanted to do a special reading today. It has been one that is on my mind because for the past couple of days, there has been a spirit of a cat that is in my apartment in two main places, on my flax wheel and in the kitchen. And what stood out to me is that I have had cats over the years, and this wasn't a cat that I've ever had, like in a place that I was living. So I thought that this is a good time to do a reading for the cat totem and see what type of medicine the cat has for us. I have three decks for this reading. The first one is the Slavic Legends Tarot. Then I have the Soul Cats Tarot. I actually haven't used this deck. I got it last year. I received it as a gift for my birthday. Um, so I thought this would be a great time to really delve into it for this reading. And then this is the Czech edition of the Shadowscapes Tarot. I felt that I wanted this edition because of the artwork that's in here. There's so many beautiful details of the artwork that it really comes through when the cards are larger. The American edition of it is about the size of like a tarot deck that you would usually receive, like that size, which is a nice um, type to when you're shuffling and when you're doing tarot spreads. But this one I felt would be one that I would really like to use. So, well, the past, I would say, maybe a couple of years, I have been focusing on other types of arts. So it's nice that I am integrating them more into my life. So I'll start the reading. There's a card that flipped over, so I didn't turn over any of the cards yet. And it's the Ten of Cups. And what stands out to me in this picture are the roots that are in the water. It reminds me of mangrove trees. And they're some of my favorite trees because they're really unique and there's a mesmerizing aspect of that part of nature where you don't really expect it to do those things and it does. So it does feel like there is like a miraculous energy that I feel that comes from the Ten of Cups. I'll actually take out some of the other cards too. The energy that I get from this specific cat energy is like adventurous, fearless, never running from a real fight type of energy. Some people dub that as like orange cat energy, but the cat that I saw wasn't orange. So I got these two or three. It looks like with the Wheel of Fortune, it looks like lessons learning because um this kind of feels like karmic energy too, where you keep going through the same cycles until you understand and something changes within yourself and within your environment. And I feel like there is a sense that if you believe in this, that the universe wants to give you these opportunities, but you have to change. Um, Change is amazing and it can bring so many different things into your life. Um, and that's one of the main focuses that I feel that it's helpful to have when you look into change of how exciting it can be, of the new things that you'll have in your life and experience do. Because the background, it kind of looks like a building as if it was like a building that crumbled. And something flourished underneath because it reminds me of weeds. And for weeds, this flower doesn't look like a weed, but if it was a weed, I would love it just the same because weeds are so packed with vitamins and nutrients. They can live in areas where many plants can't. A lot of times, other plants can't live around them because it just sucks the nutrients out of the soil and it is difficult for others to thrive. That's the type of energy that I really feel exudes from this cat energy. This cat feels like it just wants to have like the best 9 lives that it's ever had. Um, it's so full of life and so much joy that comes out of it. It's giving yourself permission to live your life and in the best way that you can. The Wheel of Fortune, when things might sometimes they're not um they don't feel like they're going um as smoothly as you would like, or maybe it's a little stagnant. But that's the beauty of life, that it's unexpected and full of surprises. Um, because at least I think in this case, would the cat really want something so mundane? I feel like cats really like to entertain themselves. It does feel like there's a strong connection, and I can't help that it has like such a strong connection to this reading because the Queen of Swords came up and the Justice card came up, both with the Libra. So I do feel like there is a lesson to be had here, or a lesson to learn here. And with the Nine of Cups, it almost reminds me of like a school of fish. Such an ethereal deck. I feel like something does awaken, or something does come to light in this case. The Queen of Swords, I feel that she pushes herself to see things. Um, I feel like to see things for what they are and what they aren't. Some things aren't so obvious, but I feel similarly to her, I guess, the way that she can communicate. Um, it's almost like sometimes she can, well, she knows how to get under your skin, but she also knows when that's like a cheap shot. Um, but it feels that there's something rooted, like in the mangrove. There's something rooted in the water. And in tarot, the water can represent the subconscious. It could link to relationships and what how the emotional ties are with those relationships. More on the dynamics of it. So when I see air and water, it does feel as if there has to be things that need to be vocalized that are deep within us that we haven't spoken about yet. And with that, you have the Justice card. And you do have the scales and weighing. There is a sense of currency in here of investment because you see that there is money there too. One of the sayings that I'm getting is that there aren't psychics in relationships. And not saying that no one is psychic, But there is a part of it that is um, the communication there is part of the foundation that links to the mangrove, that links to the pentacles, because the extra card that I have is the Ace of Pentacles here. And it feels like solidifying a type of commitment that you have. So this could be with a passion, it can be a relationship, something that makes you happy. That could also help with income too. Can help you feel more at ease. This emperor looks more relaxed than I would say maybe back in his day when he was the tomcat that was, I guess, official tomcat of his territory. It feels a little territorial with this one. I don't usually have reversals, but this one was the reversal that came out, which is the Ace of Swords that has seen better days. As if something or someone was kept away for so long, and it's almost as if this emperor forgot how to, or let go of those things to help take care of himself. And with the fire in the background, and with the Ace of Swords that came out reversed in this deck, it was the wind that blew out the flame. Something has demotivated this emperor. And it could link to the death card with the power to move on. And it doesn't need to be walking away, but at some point it's like to just live. There needs to be a motivation and the excitement, and to be able to look forward to what the future has for us. And if we don't have those things, it's almost as if there is a lost hope. With the Ace of Swords also being reversed, it could be not wanting to build on ideas or to have new ideas. I think the most potent ones are the ones where you draw outside the lines, the most unique ideas that maybe cause people to push other people away when you feel the need to be in a crowd and to follow the crowd, to be a sheep. And it turns into being unique. And when that unique person is surrounded by sheep, it's almost them saying, like, you can't sit with us because um that's not what the trend is. But I would say that those unique ideas are glorified in everything that we do. It's ingrained on things being challenged and created, like words. I can make up a word now. I'm not gonna think of a word to make up, but words were originally made up to create something. It's the foundation, and you build off of that foundation. It's the root of it with the Ten of Cups. What set idea, what dream that is so vast is something that's so tender to you and important to you? What needs to go off of that after you have the death card, after something traumatizing, after um something that feels devaluing to you or makes you feel the worst about humanity? What comes out of that? Because you can't just stay in that mindset for the rest of your life. And that's what I feel like the Ace of Swords looks like. Something that is hollow. And to move with death because it'll be there. So what justice do you have for the death that happened in your life? I'm also getting to not be afraid to ask questions. Like with the Nine of Cups in the school. And I feel like when you're younger, you might be more excited about school because it's something new and you learn all these new things, and um, you have recess. I would say the Queen of Swords likes to learn. I feel like there is a lot of emphasis on what is already there because it's the Ten of Cups, and a lot of the readings match up with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Coins, the Ten of Pentacles, which is the current card, the Ten of Coins. And it almost feels like it is, how are you going to grow if you don't want to do what others have done before you? It's like your family owns a bakery shop. You don't want to be a baker. You want to be something else. They say the average of changing your major is 3 times. So, well, you have the Two of Pentacles here. It seems like you might have to have different plans and set, like plan A, B, C, A to Z, just to say. Because something that was originally there is not there anymore. And that's what the adventurous part of this is, like with the cat. You are a person that has had this job for so long, and all of a sudden, it's not something that is as prevalent as it was before. For whatever reason, it might still exist in the world, but maybe times have changed and now we have to think about things differently. So, not needing to change yourself completely, but how do we rework what we've already learned? Can we expand it? Can we um, brand ourselves to make it so our work is profitable again? Again, you have another Emperor card. This one feels like Chief. Um, only reason I said that is because as I grazed at it briefly before turning it, the writing besides my writing there that says Emperor, it looks like Chief, not like it looks like spelled like that at all, but from a distance, I suppose. Then you have the Lovers. The Three of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. With the trees and the I'm sorry, the Two of Cups is what the card is, and the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and tongue twisted there, so could have some significance on this. That these cards remind me of how old trees can be. Like you can look at a tree and then you cut the tree. I mean, uh, for those reasons, and you'll see much how old the tree is. I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, with the Two of Cups, she has seen things in the years that she has existed and experienced things. I feel like as you go further into life, you'll realize more and more the things that you want in life and the things that you'd rather not have in your life. And that goes into the Lovers too. And the Lovers with the stained glass in the back with the sun. Kind of reminds me of the energy of like the Hierophant, because it kind of reminds me of like church stained glass. And with that having the crown in the background that's held by the doves, it reminds me of, because doves are linked to, well, they're related to pigeons, and pigeons can represent the home. And there can be a loyalty and love to your home. And then there's also a part of it with the lovers too. Um, with the church and the crown, it reminds me of the Stations of the Cross. And with that, because the Stations of the Cross have the different stations of what it was when Jesus was crucified. So that's kind of what it is in this instance. There is a fatigue that I feel that comes from the Emperor. It's like you've thought so much and yet now it's blank from the Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, the Ace of Swords that came out reversed. There does feel like a little bit of a recklessness. It looks like a honey badger and foxes here. It kind of reminds me of like the meme, I think, of they have different signs that it goes with, but it's like, say your zodiac sign and says like when anybody tries to, like, I think it's help the zodiac sign with anything, and then it has like an irritated person that just like tries to spray something in the other person's face because it's just like, please, like, go away. I don't want your assistance. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you or anything. That I feel like that links with the lovers, and um it doesn't go unnoticed, I would say, with the dynamics of this, because if it's coming out with these groups of cards with the Seven of Wands, it does feel like maybe there were other priorities that went on top of the dynamic of this. And with a tree that has seen things, it's almost as if, well, it's instinctual. And again, with it being like what you see with the Queen of Swords, because she sees, um, with the Queen of Pentacles, it is clearly evident because Pentacles are earth and there are things that are maybe tangible and not tangible at the moment. So, what you're showing is it might be the opposite of what you're actually feeling. There can be a sense of reluctancy and confusion. Even within yourself, there is a sense of guardedness with the underlying energy being the Two of Swords. I was like wanting to keep it neutral with the angel there, as if the angel is looking out. And maybe the guides like are seeing, or the fairies, since I pulled out a fairy deck, because I feel that the cats are linked to the fairies as well as other animals. Um, just observing the situation or situations that are coming into play and seeing how you react, maybe trying to give you some assistance. But with the universe, if they want to give you something, they will also expect you to do things too. A lot of times, things, especially the larger things in life, they just don't come freely. It's the effort, and if you believe in it, like the soul contracts that you have before you come to Earth, when you're saying, yeah, I agree to come on Earth to learn this and that. These are my lessons. This is what I'm going to do. That it could have been preconceived. Um, so that is part of the mission. Maybe even watch your angels too. that are said to go to Earth in hopes to find love. That could be the Two of Swords. It feels as if it is dawn. With in the past, you have the Six of Cups, and in the background, it just seems like light is about to break. And that is such a beautiful feeling to wake up and to live. And this overall energy that you get for this reading is the Five of Cups. So there could have been ups and downs, but overall, it there's an emphasis to focus on yourself too. Because with this Emperor card, it doesn't feel like the Emperor is holding up very well. And when you have the Five of Cups, all these cups there that are tipped over or in the water. I mean, maybe you were even trying to get the water that was in the lake. Um, Reflecting on things, but maybe focusing on the things that aren't the happiest. I say self-care because with the Five of Cups, there is this energy where it's a slump that this happens. You're going from the six to the five. So there might be reworking of a plan. Because what you have been doing, it's not working. And you know it's not working. In your mind, it's the Six of Coins, Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. This feels like wanting to start over, wanting to go to the. It feels like going to the sunshine because it's the Queen of Wands. And she has a crown of like the sun, and then she's surrounded by sunflowers. It's just like the warmth that you get because of the Six of Coins. It's like a winter landscape, and I mean, I love winter, but I feel like wanting to have um that part of your life that I feel like stays happy, that stays pure. Um, and going to the aspect of we don't want you to sit with us. Um, there can be being ignited with, well, I need to do this for myself. Like a strong independence that you get from the cat energy too. And needing to take care of your needs. Because if you don't have a full cup, how are you going to help somebody else? It's like then you're both struggling with a half empty, or I guess half empty, half full, or a barely filled cup, I would say. Your energy for why everything is happening, the karmic card, is the Two of Wands. What have you put in your arsenal? Um, I feel like we get these messages, we have these memories and dreams. What do we keep with us when we move forward from death? Because when you move forward, not everything is going to want to like move forward with you. Some energies, some people, some things just aren't able to be strong enough to move forward in that way. And if they aren't, maybe we transmute them into something. We try to make it so that it can be movable, which in some cases it can. But some things, why would you want to move them forward if it caused you so much grief? When you can move forward and you have something that is so beautiful and bright and happy. Um, of course, sometimes the grass isn't greener on the other side, but if you can make your life better than it was yesterday, and not saying it in a shallow way, but to have these things for the betterment of yourself, and what are the things that you truly value, um, wouldn't you want to do those things with those the Five of Cups? It does feel like I want to do this, that, and the third, but it's hard because I already have a foundation. Um, so can I work from this foundation? I feel like with the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Cups, you can work from this foundation, but how do you build upon it when an area of expertise needs to transmute? It needs to be rebranded in order for it to thrive. The business that you have isn't thriving because AI exists now, or I don't know, I'm not like a technological person, but like things like that are constantly in this world, and these new ideas that come into this world, um because other people didn't want to sit with them at the table, and so they came out with this like these new ideas, and now they're a thing. So that's what I feel like comes with the Two of Wands. That's what I feel like comes with those sacrifices. Maybe the death is, in a way, those things that weren't able to move forward with you for whatever reason. Maybe they weren't necessarily bad either, but it was coming to a close of those cycles, and now it needs to be something else. I feel like the universe is moving you forward, and I feel like honestly, it kind of feels like it's catapulting you, and it's kind of like you're moving forward whether you like it or not, because this is what you need. Honestly, this is what you deserve, even though maybe you might be a little bashful about it, or maybe you're thinking that would be nice, wouldn't it? Because in the environment card, you have the Chariot, and this isn't just like you have a trailer and you're moving like maybe a foot forward type of thing. Um, in America, yeah, there's like trailer parks. Um, this feels like catapulted, like something completely is moving forward for you. And the hopes or fears, it's interesting because you have the Four of Cups. There is a strong anxiety that you have with this. And with the Two of Wands and the Six of Coins, it feels like the energy from this person is such a soft, tender energy that you get that may internalize these emotions. It's almost like a wounded animal that doesn't want any other predator, especially to know that it's wounded. So it carries about its day, and it works, and it does the mundane things, or works, or hunts, or whatever animals do. And then it heals while it's wounded. Um, a lot of circumstances in life, that's what usually happens. In the immediate future, you do have the Fool card. I feel like you'll take the plunge because with the Six of Coins, it just has such strong yearning for this warmth from the Queen of Wands. There is a sense of admiration with that one too, of opposites. The immediate future, there was also the Six of Wands that was under the Fool card. So it is constant with the Fool having the value of 0. You start with the Fool, you end with the Fool. It is the Fool's journey, and it always will be the Fool's journey. There is illumination that you get from the moon because there are other cards that have the moon in it as well, with the Five of Cups. Something in the back of your mind in the Five of Cups, something that you really hold deeply to you, because that's what the cup suit is. It just radiates with such a abundance of love, and with it being water cups, it can take shape of the environment that it's in, or the container that it's in, I guess I would say. There is water um, in so many things in life, and it is the essence of life. So it's like love is the essence of life, and what you do with it um, can be so profound when you have the Six of Cups, because once you take that leap, it's just, it almost feels as if this is the victory that you've been waiting for with the Six of Wands. And I do feel like it does close out a cycle. There is an intensity that you get from the Death card. Death is linked to Scorpio. Scorpio is, I would say, the most intense water sign, and not like that's a bad thing. There's so many emotions and phases or stages that you have with the energy of death. And what comes to me is the death flower, as if it is only in bloom for such a short amount of time, but it's so tedious to um, upkeep and to take care of. With the environment card, you also have the world card. And for the further future, it's the Seven of Coins. I feel once we accept those times of death, it it does really shake our foundation, but it's what we do afterwards. How um what type of legacy comes after that? How are we going to make what happened mm, live on and carry on, if it was something that was so important to you, especially? What different viewpoints does it have you see? It feels like there is a full circle that definitely comes with this, because in the immediate future you have the Fool, and then the last card in the Fool's journey is the World. And then another Queen of Swords with the World. I feel like you're up to new ideas. I feel like with the Two of Swords and the Temperance go together because it feels like because there is an angel that is on the Rider Waite Smith version of the Temperance card. And there is something that is angelic, as if the battle angel helped carry you through the guides or whatever you believe in helps you move forward. And it could be something more earthly too. I feel like with the Queen of Swords, there is a sense of victory. I would say with the Queen of Swords, and especially the sword suit, with them having the swords, um, there is a sense of battle that goes into it. And she has what kind of looks like a trophy there too. And with the water behind her, what it looks like, maybe she's um kind of looks like she's on a beach. If that's sand, that the emotional realm for her is sound too. She doesn't let the emotions get the best of her, but she knows how to process it. Um, she's not ruled by emotion. She's of the sword suit. So I would say with the cups being such a nurturing and beautiful energy, um, to really make sure that it's, I feel like, respected in that way. Another Two of Wands. This cat has ideas and is trying and trying. It's almost as if maybe well, he's actually writing on a map. Maybe journaling or writing about his travels. Very studious. So much to talk about, so much to do. It seems like he's done so much with the amount of writing that he's done. In his little area where he can really sit down with these things and plan and do more. There does seem like there is a goal in mind because there's a ship in the bottle. And you have the Devil in the Tower. I feel like with the Devil in the Tower, something needs to change specifically if it's a dynamic with another person. Because this cat seems to be knocking over stuff because it's bored. It seems if it's not bored, it's aggravated at something, or if it might want to let out some type of stress response that it has from the devil card. And it could be dealing with something that's internal, like internal behavior. And you have the King of Swords. For his, Because I do spin fiber, it kind of reminds me of my alpaca merino. And I did have to do a little bit of, I guess, fixing because I snapped one of my drive bands, and I have two drive bands on this electric wheel, not these wheels. And I did do a quick fix with it because the shorter band is to spin one way, the longer band is to so you can twist it so that it's spun the other way, so I can apply um the spun up comb top or fiber that I have. So with that being said, it kind of, well, it reminds me of that because it does feel like the uptake of the fiber. And there's a little bit of brainstorming that I had to do. So it could be trial and error with that. And to find solutions to what has been communicated as things that need to be restructured, worked on. With the tower, something is going to change regardless. Um, Towers come to a point where the structure is unstable for whatever reason. It's not built correctly. It wasn't built in a good place. The foundation it, of the physical building, of the relationship, wasn't something that could be worked up as if um, there wasn't anything technically set, and now the tower is there to say, well, you need to do something about this lamp because I'm about to like push it off the table. Um, I feel like with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords came out a couple of times in this reading too, that both are communicators. And if they aren't both communicating, both are able to, I would say, may if both one of them or both of them aren't um, ones that are that inclined to communicate to people, I feel like they are compatible to a point where they want to communicate. I hope I didn't jumble that up. So I'll show these cards because it's already an hour. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So these are beginning stages. I would say it's a good start with the Ace of Swords, Page of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Because even the pages are the beginning of the court cards. But you have the Page, Knight, Queen, and Kings. Um, Two of Wands, you are trying to set something into motion with the planning. Planning as much as you can because again, with the environment being the chariot card, things are going to move forward pretty quickly and intensely. Um, if you could imagine maybe like an actual chariot and how things could happen, especially if it was in a coliseum or something. But really working through that. It feels like with the Ace of Swords, you might not be the only one, or the two that are about to communicate aren't the only ones that are anticipating this, because you see that there are others surrounding this sword. Almost as if there's like kind of maybe the people that they were wondering what was gonna, if anything was ever gonna take off with them, and then they're just like looking at them. And you see those memes of like when your friend is going on a date and then the other friend is like kind of in the background just like doing whatever but like kind of spying on them. So that's kind of what it feels like. Then you have the Page of Wands. Um, and it doesn't have kind of like a set energy with the Page of Wands, but it kind of feels like as if just the excitement that's there. And with the Three of Wands matching with the Page of Wands, it kind of feels like a coming home energy. And then you have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups kind of feels like um, something new that you are experiencing or that you're about to experience. Could be with somebody, with the fish there. And you do have the fairies that are grouped together, so it kind of gives an indication of some type of partnership there. And still, with it being the cups, it does feel ethereal with this whole deck. And I'll just get one more and I'll be finished with the reading. So it's the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, it links to the Six of Coins and the Queen of Wands, where there is something that is solid there, solid commitment there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was interesting, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.